Awesome. So we are live. Like I said, thank you for being here. I want to just show you kind of a brief overview of what our session will look like before we do some introductions. So we're going to have a welcome for Maggie Murray, who's our Director of Student Life and Athletics. We'll introduce some of the people we have on the call today. We've got some great information about programs in our business technologies area. So we'll talk about business, accounting and finance, medical office, as well as information technology. There'll be some information at the end about admissions. So what are your next steps if you're interested in RCC or taking some classes, even if you're in high school right now? We'll connect you with those resources. And then, like I said, at any point, if you do have a question, you're welcome to ask it while it's relevant to what we're talking about, if that's what your question is. So don't feel like you have to hold on to questions until the end. But of course, there will be some Q&A if you do have a question that pops up at the end of the session. There is a closed caption feature on Zoom. It's called Live Transcript on your toolbar. So if you would prefer to have the closed captioning turned on, you can click that button. If you want it turned off, you can unclick that. So whatever works best for you. To get things kicked off, we're going to hear a brief welcome from Maggie Murray, and she is the Director of Student Life and Athletics at RCC. So here is Maggie, and you should be able to hear the audio from my computer. Let me know right away if that doesn't work, please, but it should be connected.
What's happening, everybody? Are y'all so excited about your day today with RCC? You should be. Let me just tell you that RCC is awesome. Best community college in the land.
Oh, sorry, y'all. I do that every time. I forget when I click off the screen, it stops for everybody. So let me jump ahead for you. There we go, Maggie.
With RCC? You should be. Let me just tell you that RCC is awesome. Best community college in the land. And I got another thing to say. You're going to learn a ton about different programs today, or the program that you're interested in. But college is not all about being in the classroom. It's also being about around campus, meeting different people, getting involved in clubs or sports. So at RCC, we have a lot going on campus. So go to class, and then we got awesome places for you to hang out. We also have some awesome programs for you to be a part of, and 11 clubs for you to be a part of. So get excited about your program today, yes, but also you get excited about just being an Eagle and being a part of RCC's campus. So enjoy your time today. My name is Maggie Murray. I'm the Director of Student Life and Athletics, and we can't wait to have you on campus.
Awesome. Perfect. So thanks to Maggie. She is affectionately our Director of Fun. A lot of what we have for students on campus in terms of student life and fun clubs and organizations, like she mentioned, all come out of her office. So as a student here, you get a lot of good information from Maggie, ways to get involved at RCC. So to kick things off, my name is Laura Jennings. I'm the Assistant Director of Enrollment Services at RCC. And we have on our call, I see Derek Satterfield as well. The director, and then Kendra Wise is on from the business technologies area. She's a faculty member. Hey, Kendra. Awesome. Perfect. So I'm going to turn it over to Kendra to kick things off for some program information, and then we're going to tag in with my screen in just a little bit. Excellent.
Okay, can everyone see that okay?
Looks good.
Still looking good? Okay, awesome. So as Laura said, I'm Kendra Wise. I am part of the Business Technologies Department. I am one of the faculty members. So I'm going to talk about each of our programs. I know the most about business and accounting and finance, but I'm also going to talk about information technology and Med Office. So if you have any questions, I will try my best to answer those and at least point you in the right direction. So we have 4 degree programs under our department. The first is accounting and finance, the second business administration. And what we actually did a couple years ago is try to align those 2 programs. So many of our students actually are dual degree in both business and accounting, and they're only 6 courses different. So I'm going to start with accounting. If this is something that's interesting to you, accounting, numbers, debits, credits, all of that fun stuff, this is for you. But a few courses you will take are things like payroll, management, intermediate accounting 1 and 2, income taxes, application software or accounting application software. For business administration, it's a little more broad in terms of we have courses in a lot of different functional areas. So you'll take courses in marketing, finance, management. Entrepreneurship is a new class for us this year, actually. You'll also take 2 econ classes, 2 accounting classes. So you really get a broad view of everything that would go into a business with a business administration degree. The other to the bottom, information technology is a really growing field, and Laura has a couple of videos for y'all from the faculty from information technology, as well as one from medical office. And with information technology, we have a very sophisticated lab on campus, and I did jot down some of the courses that are interesting, but you'll do things like web design, hardware and software support, computer crime investigation, network security is a big one now as well, web programming, so a lot of different things under that particular field. The last one is medical office. So if you're interested in medical coding and billing or insurance, working in the doctor's office, dental office, and handling the medical records instead of working, on the patients, then that could be a field that interests you as well. And if you have any questions along the way, please let me know. After the session, I will put the program links in the chat, or after my part of the session, in the chat box, so that you all can have easy access to those. So we also have some certificate programs if you might not be interested in a full degree just yet. We have various certificate programs. We do have one for business administration. There's only 4 classes. It's an intro to business course, accounting, business law, and entrepreneurship. And like I mentioned, entrepreneurship is something that we have noticed a need for that particular course. So it is a new course, and we're continuously developing that course and pulling in members of the community that have, that real experience creating their own businesses. So that's always good as well. The middle group, starting at A+, going down to web technologies, are certificate programs in the information technologies degree, or in that section of our business technologies department, rather. So A+, cybersecurity, IT support, network plus, security plus, and web technologies. The same with med office. If you're not ready for the degree, but have a certain interest in medical office, we have auditing, billing, and coding, and then the office professional certificate. And lastly is office administration certificate. We used to have a full degree, and we've switched over to a certificate. It's 6 courses, but if you're interested in working in an office, office manager, admin role, then that might be something that interests you. And I will show some different careers here at the end of the presentation. So I'll post those in the chat just in case you want to see all of the different courses that would be in each of the programs, so you can get a really good idea. Of course, associate's degree typically have those 60+ credit hours, so you can look at all the different courses there. So again, I'm Kendra in the business administration. Sarah Evans is our department chair and the other faculty member in business administration, but Laura is going to introduce you to the info technology and med office faculty members.
Cool.
Do you want to stop sharing?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I think it'll just click right over. Perfect. So like Ms. Weiss said, we're going to watch the information technology video first and meet 2 of the faculty members. And the cool thing with this video is they're in their lab space, so you'll get to see a lot of what they do. And then we'll jump over and watch the video for the medical office administration program with their faculty member. So here's information technology first. Oh, I lied to you guys. I jumped ahead. I wonder what, let me see if this is the right one. Maybe it got inverted. This should be it.
Security is always my passion because we have to protect our infrastructure. And what I mean by protect our infrastructure, we're looking at something that we generally refer to as a CIA. And CIA here is confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So everything we do, we want to make sure that people trust the data that they're giving us. Now, in this case, it's really a pleasure to be able to defend the national infrastructure. Here is what we call perimeter security, and you can see we have all kinds of sensors here, gate locks, we have badging, we have a camera for monitoring, we have alarms for smokes and everything else. So here, basically, something that you will put at the entrance, whether it's at the entrance of the company or at the entrance of a lab or server room. So right now, especially talking about cybersecurity, this is the only lab, to the best of my knowledge, in Eastern North Carolina. This type of lab does not exist on our side. So we think that we have the upper hand. We can teach students something that they not be getting anywhere else. Think about industrial security. This is one place that they can learn about that. As a cybersecurity analyst, it will be incumbent on those who graduate here to be able to protect our cyber infrastructure.
Opportunity for jobs in the IT field are just skyrocketing. The students are ready when they graduate to go into an entry-level IT job. Our whole world is centered around technology, and we really need people, good people, that are really interested in technology, that can make technology easy for the average user. We give students a lot of hands-on instruction that when they graduate, they're able to go out into the world actually having touched the equipment that we use. We have the A+ Essential Certificate. We have the Network Plus and Security Plus certificate, and we also have the Cybersecurity certificate. We are always willing to bend over backwards to help you and work with you to figure out exactly what you want to do.
Awesome. So that's the information technology faculty in video. We're going to jump over now and do the medical office. So you can see a little snippet from that program. All right, let's see. Oh, this should be it right here.
Oh my gosh, everybody here is great. The students are great, the staff is great. Today we are in the Owens building, and this building trains like our nurses, our EMS. It's a mini hospital here. You can work at a hospital, you can do it at a doctor's office, and you can work from home. Starting rate for a certified coder is around $17, $18 an hour. And then with more experience, the higher up you go. And the field is growing every day. It's amazing that some of my younger students are just grasping it and they're growing with it. And then I've got people that have retired and they want to work from home, and they're getting it, they're remembering it. And by the end of the semester, the lights clicked on, they're excited, they understand what's going on with billing, and that's what I like.
Awesome. So that gave you a little like snapshot of those programs, and it was neat to see the faculty who will teach a lot of those classes. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen so we can turn it back over to Kendra. Perfect.
I'm going to pick back up here where I left off. So since in the videos for information technology and med office, you did see some kind of potential career options in those fields, but I wanted to give you a little more information So I primarily teach all of the economics courses at RCC, as well as some of the business admin courses. And one thing I utilize a lot in my class is the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So we do a lot of data gathering and econ. So I say that to say this is where I got all the information for the careers. I just kind of went in Department of Labor and kind of just found a couple of options or examples for y'all of what careers could be if you decided some of the degree paths that we have in our program. So accounting and finance was the first degree I mentioned. Again, that faculty is Parker Turpin. And if you're interested in tax, I know taxes can be a scary word, but it's something that we all experience in our lives. And so if that's something, preparing taxes for individuals, making sure that financial reporting is accurate. If you like numbers, so accounting and finance, there's always a need for that. You can work in an accounting firm for yourself, a small accounting firm for somebody else, or in an accounting department. And all businesses, profit or nonprofit, need accountants. So if you decide to go forward with that, get your bachelor's degree, you can sit for the exam and be a certified public accountant or a CPA. Auditors are another kind of common career path in that field. And so I did break them apart between accounting and finance. So maybe I know a lot of my students this semester, we researched some different companies have interest in investments and stocks and bonds. So that's a route that you can definitely take, or financial manager, or even personal financial advisor. So in both the business and accounting courses, you take business finance course as well as a personal finance course. So insurance, mortgages, estate planning, retirement planning, all of that can fall under really finance, accounting, or business. So just a few options in that field. So for the information systems or computer information systems, Lucian touched on a couple of different options. And if you want to work up, your way all the way up to an IT director or chief information officer, other things, of course, developers, web developers, different analysts. As I mentioned, cybersecurity is a big field now as well, because as Thomas mentioned in his video, our world is very technology driven, and we need to protect that. So that could be something that interests you. So if you do the business administration degree, what we see a lot from our students, they'll start working in business and industry in our county, and they'll want to move up to those management positions, starting at first line manager and moving up to mid-level management. I had a student I met with yesterday that her boss is kind of working with her to eventually take over, the company when he retires. So we're kind of here to help you get your degree, help move you forward in that path. And each entity really needs managers, different functional levels need managers. So again, that can be marketing, that can be operations. We have manufacturing. So there are lots of differing management positions out there. And so our degree can kind of help you move forward with that. Another popular field in our area, by area, I mean where we live, is healthcare management. So I did want to throw this in here as well. So if you did an associate's degree in business and wanted to continue on to a healthcare management degree for a bachelor's degree, we could help you with that as well, or at least you would have some of those early prereq courses you would need to get into a 4-year program. So we do have a transfer program as well. It's different than the AAS degree, which is what the business and accounting and finance degrees are. But at the same time, we're working with a lot of the 4-year schools to create those agreements. So that's always something that we're happy to help you look into navigating that. And then med office, medical coders is a common career path here. But if you want to maintain that information, again, instead of being bedside patient, but you want to maintain kind of the database, the insurance claims, or codes for reimbursements and things like that, this is a good option for you. So you're still in the field, but you don't necessarily have to work, as I said, bedside patient with the patient. And then lastly, we do have that certificate, as I mentioned, in office administration. So office manager, admin, customer service, bank tellers, that's a good route. This is a 6 class certificate. And so a few just kind of responsibilities for an individual looking to complete that certificate. I listed, business is so broad of a field. There are so many things that you can do that you don't even think about. So I just kind of listed out a few, again, for-profit, nonprofit businesses, working retail, working in, food and beverage industry, again, more of a management role, fundraising, event planning. So lots of different options. So here's our contact information. Again, I'm Kendra Wise. Our chair for the entire department is Sarah Evans, and she also teaches in the business admin. Then Parker, Lucian Thomas, and Betty. So all of their email addresses. And I'm going to put the program links, if that's okay, Laura, in the chat. Okay. So any questions for me? Okay.
Awesome. Thank you. Yep. So Kendra's going to put those links in the chat for you, which is great, so that you can pull that information up. And in the meantime, and feel free to ask a question, if something pops up, you can put it in the chat or ask out loud. But in the meantime, let's talk a little bit about the application and the admissions process and how that works at RCC. So all students apply through the online application, and it's free to apply to RCC. So I'm going to show you in a minute where that is on our website, but you would apply to RCC. If you are a graduating senior this year, so you're going to enter college in the fall, or if you're in the GED or adult high school program here, or you've already graduated high school, wherever you are, if you're out of high school, you want to submit that FAFSA as well. That way you can hopefully get some money to go to college. A lot of students are getting free money to come to RCC. So as long as you're doing well in your classes, you would not have to pay back that money. So any money that students are awarded through financial aid at our college is grant-based, which means it's not a loan. So definitely something to think about, especially if you're sitting here today and you're kind of wondering, like, I really am thinking about college, but I'm not sure how I would pay for it. So we want to make sure to help you through that FAFSA. So if you need some assistance, we've got a lot of resources for you that we can connect you with, and folks that can help walk you through that process. After you apply to RCC, so you submit your application online, you'll meet with someone to talk about the admissions process. So we'll look at your application and kind of review what your next steps will be. And your steps will look different if you're graduating high school this year, if you're a senior, or if you're a sophomore or junior looking to take some college classes. Looks just a little different, but we'll help get you connected with the right people. You'll attend an orientation, and then you'll start your classes at RCC. Here is the RCC website, and the application is at the top right corner in the apply button. If you click that, the links that Kendra just put into the chat box, if you don't flag it right now, maybe you forget to click on it, and once the Zoom meeting's gone, you don't have access to that, or you're watching this recording later. Under programs on the webpage, you can view all of the business technology programs there as well. So you can get there from our home screen right there, which is helpful. So applying for the college, there's 3 steps. The residency is a statewide system. It's the first step of the application process. There's an RCC application, which is applying to the college itself. So applying to RCC, both of those are free to submit. And then that last step is to schedule that appointment to talk with someone so that we can help walk you through what the next steps are going to look like for you. All right, so we are excited for the fall semester at RCC. We have a lot of different formats for classes that we are offering. We've got on-campus classes. We have classes that meet online, classes that are live online, like what we're doing right now. So a lot of classes that'll meet students' needs based on program of study. And I've also mentioned classes for sophomore and juniors. So if you are currently still in high school and you're a sophomore or junior this year, you can take classes at RCC next year through our Career and College Promise Program, CCP. There are pathways for the programs that we talked about today. If you want to get started with business, maybe you're interested in IT. So you will apply to RCC online as well, and then you'll work with someone from our Career and College Promise area to help get you connected and get you registered alongside your high school classes. So working with your counselors. But that is a great option to get started, get some classes under your belt while you're still in high school. So definitely consider that if you're in the session today and you're a junior or a sophomore. Fabulous. So in the chat box, I'm going to put the link to the form that you'll fill out for your t-shirt. So let me go grab that link real quick. That way we know what size t-shirt you want, because you got a free t-shirt for attending today. And in the meantime, while you're filling out that survey, if you will let us know if you have any questions or maybe things that we haven't addressed yet in the session that you were hoping we would talk about, now is a great time to answer those as we wrap things up. But the link just went in the chat box to let us know what size t-shirt you want. So if you'll be sure to fill that out, that would be awesome. Perfect. Any questions at this point? All right, well, I'm gonna stop our recording so we can wrap this up.